Hello. Good morning. My name is Derek. I buy physical media, sell it on eBay, and I make videos about that on this channel. I don't know if that's really important, right? I buy and sell physical media for eBay. No? Either way. This is a what sold video. And I haven't gotten any of my stuff yet. It's about 9 o'clock Saturday morning. A couple things. One, hopefully the video quality is a tad better. I replaced the glass protector on my phone with a smaller one to where it doesn't cover up the camera lens. So hopefully that turns out a tad better. My wife gave me her older phone, which has been sitting upstairs for like a year. And this I can use while I'm out and about if I want to record, put a phone here and just kind of record me looking stuff up and scanning. Or that way I have one that I can record with, another one I can hand type and look stuff up with that kind of give an idea at whichever stores it's going to be appropriate or comfortable to do it in. Give an idea of what I'm looking, what I'm doing, things like that. When the time were come when I'd start recording in stores, I'd probably just have like a GoPro because it's a lot easier than trying to find a place to mount a phone and not have people feel uncomfortable with potentially being in a video or dealing with a manager or something like that. So in time, but there's this one. My buddy Brandon over at Media Picker. The videos he posts generally in the morning, so sometimes I'll catch one early, like I just did. And he was going over some instances with some returns and talking about these things coming in bunches. And they do, and a lot of resellers can confirm that it's going to be, they come in threes or whichever little phrase you want to use. And I have similar instance. There's two people that say that the item was not received, and all you as a seller have to do now, if it's going to differ from someone who is not top rated, I'm not sure. This account I've been top rated for pretty much the entire time except when I started it 14, 15 years ago. Before that, before the top rated, there were still things of similar nature, similar categories, similar names, classifications for sellers. However, for the longest time, it was something that was known as a power seller, and you'd get like a different colored star, and some of those stars would have like little lines going out. So power sellers were just sellers who would put out not only dollar amount but quantity amount over a certain period of time, and all that did is just show that you sold a lot. However, over time, more sellers, more established sellers started to band together toward eBay and say, hey, we need more protections. And then top rated seller and all those different classifications started to come about. I don't remember exactly when. I'm not going to speculate. So I do have two people that made a case that's saying, hey, item not received. And then when you get that, you just click update tracking. And if you use tracking on it, then you just hit update tracking and automatically update the tracking that was used for that item, and you don't have to do anything from there. I don't even know if you even have to do that, but I just do that. So there's two of those. And then, so I do have a couple of initiated returns, and most of the time I don't. If it's legit, my fault, I'm not going to argue it. So I have one that's an international one that's coming back. eBay takes care of all of that, refunds them, pays for everything. They take care of all that. I'll get the item back. And their claim is that the disc is not as mint as they thought it was. So I show, it's like, hey, nowhere in the listing that I read does it read that here's another sale, that the disc is mint. It reads that it's a very good disc, and it's listed in very good condition, the actual condition type. And so I brought the listing up, got the picture that I have in the angle with showing the scratch of the disc, and highlighted this is the words that I used in the description box, and this is the description. And basically, I got called a liar because he did not look at the pictures and assumed. When you assume, you make an ass out of you and me. So you are wrong, and you're making an ass out of me by thinking that I did something wrong and I didn't. So that's coming back. They get a full refund from eBay. I'm sure that there's going to be something in regards to that. Have another return that's coming in, and I offered them, it's like, hey, I'll give you $1 refund because you think that, I'm not going to show it, but the buyer wrote that I should have put in the listing that a CD is not a DVD. So their implication is, well, it's a CD. You should have wrote in somewhere in the listing that it's not a DVD. So when I go to a car dealership and all they have are 4-door sedans, do I need a sign in front of that sedan to let me know that it's not a coupe? That it's not a hatchback? Yeah. So $10 CD, they thought was a DVD. The return, and I offered him, was like, hey, this seems like your mistake. Seems like you should eat that cost. Do like a lot of adults do and learn how to eat your mistakes, even when it's a $10 mistake. And she goes, well, I can't use it. Yeah, you can. All CDs will play in a DVD player, because she wanted the DVD for car rides and stuff. Another one of a $100 book that's coming back that they say that I did not disclose that there's a Kringle in the back of the book, the back cover of the book. And I wrote them and it was, the picture shows the Kringle, shows the folded kind of dog ear. It's still flat. You can just kind of see the Kringle. I did not have the listing in like new. I had the listing as very good, and according to eBay, very good shows that it can show some signs of wear, some signs of use. A folded back corner of a cover would be a sign of use. So you're making a false claim for a return, you will be deducted return shipping here and shipping to you. So whatever that amount was, so they'll be deducted $12-15, whatever the total amount is. And of course, as soon as you make your firm case with a buyer who wants to do return, and they stop, they'll communicate instantly until you initiate a return or until you okay the return or what have you. And then after that, they don't communicate with you. We know those kind of people. It's like, oh, well, I'm going to get my way. I don't need to communicate. Oh, well, no, because now you're going to get a partial refund. So I don't play those games. If it's my fault, yeah, man, I will 100%. There's another one I just did. Not too long ago. I was like, yep, not completely my fault. I didn't send the wrong. I forget what it is. But it's like, yep, my fault. 100% refund. I'll do that. But when you're making up stories that cannot be corroborated, or your stories violate policy, you're going to get a hard time from me too. And people are like, oh, well, now I'm never going to buy anything from you again. Dude, there's 8 billion people on this planet. I don't need you. Going on and on too much. And strangely, about the video about from Brandon in regards to his returns that he dealt with there. One of them is about a couple CDs from the band Warrant. Strange fun fact: Janie Lane from Warrant grew up down the street from where I did. Well, I grew up the street from where Janie Lane grew up at. So we grew up in a small town south of Kent, Ohio, called Brim, B-R, like a hat brim, Brimfield. I grew up on Duffield, and then later to a different road, different area. It's still in the same town. And he grew up on a road called Arcadia. So it's probably, so you have Cherrywood or Arcadia coming in. So if you're going this way from 43, go down and down, and then you're going to be in an intersection of Cherrywood, which is going to come around. And there's a real cool, like older brick house, maybe 2 or 3 houses on the left hand side before you got to Cherrywood, is the house he grew up in. And Janie Lane passed away about 15 years ago. His sister, I don't know, but his sister still lives there. So, interesting stories. All right, so I did not pre-pick anything. 10 orders of basically stuff that's right here. Well, 10 orders in total, but most of them are right here. So we will go ahead and start digging. D28, we have Billy and Mandy's Big Boogie. The Bette Midler one. Oh, it's a DVD. All right, that definitely helps. All right, Bill and Mandy's something Boogie Adventure, X Library. $49 for an X Library. And this is why, and it doesn't even, I mean, it has a barcode, right? But the phone won't go through that sticker. So sometimes you just have to hand type. That one was worth it. Now, I can find CDs. Oh, no. Gonna have to give this box some sticky love. Definitely don't want to be stepping on those CD case hinge plastic pieces, tab things. Those hurt. They're like Legos, but not quite. Silence is golden, I guess, huh? All right. C35. Baby Washington. So I don't remember this one specifically. Looks like something that'd probably be a little older. No, it is. It's right here. Baby Washington. CD 15. $28. Right there. Beethoven and Brahms. It's sealed. Is that it? Might be. Milston. Yep. Sealed. Classical. I think it's violin. Some classical. I mean, again, it's the same kind of ratio. There's a lot of physical media that's out there in a small portion that's worth something. Same thing with classical. There's some classical that's out there that the vast majority isn't really worth anything. When it's sealed, always give sealed stuff a scan. Always, no matter if it's classical, no matter if it's your run-of-the-mill Forrest Gump soundtrack. Give them a scan. Because soundtracks and those certain things can go up quite a bit because something happens to one of the actors or something happens to to one of the artists in the soundtrack, or there's a resurgence. Maybe there's going to be a new Forrest Gump movie, and now all of a sudden, all that stuff is going up like crazy. So if you have any Stargate stuff, look at listing some of that stuff, because there's a new Stargate coming out, confirmed. Yep. For anybody who's going to see this, which is about that many people, if you're into sci-fi, like Stargate, there's a whole new series coming out. When? I don't know. Gate World posted about it, and there's actually a news thing on the MGM and Amazon things that's confirmed. They're doing it. So, anyhow, classical, $35. Actually, I think it's 34, but get the point. So things that are you don't really think are worth much now. I mean, there's still a lot of stuff I don't, but especially I don't scan, but when it's sealed, yeah, I'll still definitely always look at it. I don't remember when I got that one, but it was a sealed CD, so I'm like, yep. All right, other one is a book, Mystery of the Shrinking House. So 3 investigators, Mystery of the Shrinking House, $40, going international. So this is not one of the ones that I got 25 of at Savers whenever. It's been quite a few months, maybe midsummer. This one was just picked up somewhere else, and it's another one of these. You're going to recognize them by this, and then the paperbacks will have like a little keyhole. That's like a cone and then a circle. What a keyhole looks like, right? But so I still have some of the other ones I got at Savers, but these tend to sell pretty fast, and it's gonna most of the time they're gonna be in a kids book section. So that one was $40. Journey of Natty Gann. Journey of Natty Gann with John Cusack, it looks like. DVD, 18. Was Quigong, 39. 39. I have a couple of them in here. It might actually be the last one. D39. Oh, I still do have a UFOs one. There it is. All right, this beginner Quigong, I guess, DVD, $20. I need to get a cassette tape in T2. Dun-dun-dun. Dun-dun-dun. It would have helped. I think it was Eric Clapton. It is Eric Clapton, Slow Hand. Eric Clapton, Slow Hand cassette, 22. So that was one from the estate sale. And I still have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of, well, not that many hundreds of cassettes, hundreds and hundreds of listings left from that place. I mean, there's probably 50 books, a handful of sold already. What, about 300? No, I want to say about 300. I forget what it was totally that I came up with, the ones that I listed. I do have, actually, no, I threw that away, but I do have a spreadsheet. Did I type that up in a spreadsheet? I think it was just generic, but either way, there's a lot of really really good cassettes still left. Plenty of cassettes, well over $100. Nice first print, first issue of "Wish You Were Here" by Pink Floyd. That's listed for like $1,200 or something. Let's see here. What's next? C22, which is going to be right here. We are looking at Nancy Wilson. Nancy Wilson from Heart, maybe. Maybe I'll find out when I find this. I find this CD. So we have Nancy Wilson. Guess who I saw today? Nancy Wilson. And this is primarily why I do this beforehand, because some of these, as I'm looking for them, can. No, it is not Nancy Wilson from Heart. It looks like a jazz singer. And $14. Because sometimes some CDs can take a little while for me to look through and to find the exact one. I mean, a little while, no more than a minute, but dead air, right? I'm not talking much. Wife got me some more shirts yesterday, and I'm wearing just one. Be curious, not judgmental. Queen of the Damned, one I just listed. Well, a couple days ago when I did CDs and stuff. So it should be. Oh, it's right there. Queen of the Damned, soundtrack 13. And I believe I said it in the sourcing video that I got that it's not going to be like the super whole lot, but they sell fast. B47. Bingo! B4. Undead Supplement Book. Is what this one is. Yeah, just Dwarves, Skobliken, Chronicles of War, Realms of Chaos, Full Book. Oh, Undead. All right. And this Warhammer Undead Supplement Book, 47. So these Warhammer books, I didn't sit on too long. They were in a box, and probably about 2-3 weeks after I got them, I started listing, because I don't list my books until my box is full. And usually when that box is full, it's at least 20 books, 20 to 30 books. So that many gives me that day's work amount of time, 6 hours worth, to get the pictures, research the prices, post everything, put everything away. That's 20 to 25 books is about that 6 to 8 hours. I can go a little faster, and somebody will be like, "Oh, well, you're too slow." I was like, "No, it's just that's my job for the day, is getting these 25 done and listed, and I can be done anywhere from 2 to 5 or 6 or whenever I want to. But I'm at home, so I can take breaks whenever I want to. Point is, they're listed and selling. I think that's the second or third one that's sold. All right. I want to put this back because I'm already here. I could just edit it out. No, you don't. So we're at 28 minutes. Sure, I can chop it down quite a bit. All right, so as of right now, that is 291, almost 292 in sales, and 272 product costs received. So that's 10. Was that 10 or 11? It was 11. That was even worse. Yeah, no, 10. So that wasn't too bad. Yeah, not really too much more going on today. Probably just go hit another couple local stores, and get back, or maybe not. I don't know. So I may just do a big chunk of sell similars, or maybe organize a little around here. Who knows? We'll see We'll see what time says. It's just saying tick, 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 tick. It's like it's nervous about something. Anyhow, it's going to wrap that one up. Like what you heard, like what you saw, like what you learned. It's not going to be anything too extravagant or elaborate on this. I already explained it a little. Being top rated has a lot of benefits. A lot of people don't want to be top rated because they don't want to take the time to be able to get something shipped out that day or the next day. They don't want to be top rated because they don't want to do 30-day return. I tell you what, the amount of returns or return requests, the actual physical returns that come in, negligible with physical media. So few and far between. When you're top rated, you get a 10% discount on all of your final value fees. 15.3% for physical media, and you've got $15.3. I'm just doing this, tossing the numbers up there. I'm not going to be doing exact math just for this. And your final value fee is exactly $15.30. Then you'll get $1.53 back on your final value fees. So let's see here. So if you could get back $100 a week in final value fees, but you don't want to accept returns because 5 returns are going to cost you that $100. But if you're getting 5 returns in that week, that says a lot about you as a seller. Now I can see returns. We can understand that there's people who are going to always try to scam sellers. But if you're getting 5 returns a week, and if you have about the same amount of volume as I do or less, it says a lot about you, that you're just not doing things right. As top rated, you'd be somewhat protected. But the other thing, I don't know if the partial refund is attached to being top rated. I know that you can issue partial refunds, which I do a lot of. So I'm not sure about all that. But the top rated helps a lot in a lot of factors. It's a little icon, a little badge. A lot of people will just buy just from people who are top rated. And, a lot of other different things. So I'm not going to go too crazy. Video's getting kind of long. So like what you heard, tell me thinking going up, comment down below, subscribe, share. It's all free. Take a second. They help me. We're all helping everybody. All right. Appreciate it. Thank you.